Just look at me, okay? You step in the frame and you think for a while, and then you look at the person and you smile and you render the dialogue. That's the simple thing. I'm asking you to just copy me, okay? Just copy me. Have you ever been around a leader who doesn't just guide you but literally expects you to copy them step by step? They show you exactly how it should be done. And if you deviate even slightly, you're wrong, perhaps. Sounds familiar? This doesn't just happen in the creative world, my friend. It happens in offices, schools, hospitals, even at home. And while it looks like they're teaching, in reality, they might just be shutting down the creativity. Recently, during a web show shoot, I saw this myself. A senior creative member, highly experienced, very knowledgeable, knew the craft deeply, but his style was this: demonstrate every move and expect the team to follow exactly. No freedom, no experimentation. And while it got the job done, it somehow left people frustrated, because their creative juices were dying up. Now, through transactional analysis, this looks like the critical parent versus nurturing parent problem. A critical parent says, do it this way, no questions asked. A nurturing parent says, here is how I do it. So now try your way. But when the nurturing parent becomes over possessive, it leads to micromanagement, and that's when the problem starts. You can model someone's skills to learn, but the real magic is that once you learn this strategy, you adapt it and create new outcomes. If you only copy and paste without actually adaptation, you're not learning, you're just cloning. And that's not creativity, my friends. People have different representational systems. Some learn visually, some by listening, and some by doing. We call it VAC principle: visual, auditory, and kinesthetics. Okay, when a leader insists on my way or no way, they ignore the diversity of how people process the information. And that kills the entire learning and creativity cycle. In a corporate office, a manager writes every word of a client email instead of teaching the structure and letting the team shape their own messages. In education, a teacher wants the students to perhaps memorize rather than explore ideas. In hospitals, a senior doctor tells junior doctors to kind of follow their diagnosis process instead of explaining it in a different way to the patients. So it's everywhere. If you really see around yourself, you'll find this everywhere. And in each of these examples, the intention might be to help, but the impact is that people don't develop their own strategies. And that's dangerous, because neuro-linguistic programming tells us the map is not the territory. One person's method is just their map. It's not the entire landscape of how they think. So, here is the big question. As a leader, are you producing copies or are you nurturing the originals? I'll tell you what a true leader does. And this I'm telling you because I have had the opportunity of witnessing so many leaders in my career so far. A true leader share their model but encourage others to build on it. Allow different learning styles to come alive. Visual, auditory, kinesthetic. And they teach strategies, not the scripts, because strategies can be adapted, while scripts can only be repeated. Because when you only hand over scripts, you create followers. But when you share the strategies, you create innovators. And that's what the ultimate goal of being a leader is. So if you want to build a culture of innovation, remember, don't give people your footprints to walk, okay? Give them the tools to make their own path. The future doesn't belong to those who only copy. It belongs to those who dare create something new, and creation only comes from creativity, and creativity comes from space. Okay, you have to give people the autonomy to experiment and fail. If you keep showing them path, it doesn't work that way. If you resonate with this, share this with your friends and family. See you in the next video.